Zach, it's showtime! Zach! Wake up, you louse! Hey! What are you doing? What are you talking about? Get up! What did you do? Where are your pants? Arms up, arms up, arms up!
This is funny.
Ow! Zach, this is the last time!
It's the first time.
Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the president of the Liars Club, Mr. Zach Bird!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another meeting of Liars Club, brought to you by Jet Studios and Creative Differences here in beautiful northern Hollywood. Yeah! Here at Liars Club, we relish in the obscure, the far-flung, and the unknown. Pretty much everything we can get our paws on that you guys can't wrap your minds around. Now, let's say hello to our liars. Over here we have Shayna Woods. Shayna Woods lives with herself and her 6-year-old daughter in a bounce house. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
I do. It's great, and every year on her birthday we rent a regular house and we sit down.
Very nice, Shayna, very nice. Now, Breighton here, this is Breighton Zorn. Breighton actually coined the expression of his generation. Breighton actually came up with I know right. So,
it's copywritten, so, you know, royalties.
Of course.
Yeah, my dad invented the smiley face, and my mom goes around asking a lot of questions, so it's in my blood.
Perfect. Thank you, Breighton. Unfortunately, we have Ian over here in our third seat. Ian here actually, last night, well, Ian's done nothing with his life so far. Last night, Ian looked deep down into his soul, and he actually saw just that. He saw nothing last night.
I know, right?
That's pretty funny, Ian. Very good, very good. Now let's meet our contestants, our believers, if you will. On the far end here we have Chandler. Chandler is full of life, and this body next to her happens to be Douglas, who's wearing an I'm kind of a big deal shirt right now. Now, unfortunately, that shirt's referring to the t-shirt itself, and not to Douglas. Douglas is working on it. All right, now let me tell you guys the rules of the game. Now, each of these characters are going to tell you guys a story. 2 of them will be telling lies, and 1 of them will be telling the truth. Now, it'll be up to you, Douglas and Chandler, to determine who is not living up to their liar status. Now, believers start with 100 points, and each round they can wager up to half of those points, and the points go up in each round.
Points? Odds, Zach, odds!
So, let's start the game. Our first round is our obscure object of desire round. And that object is right back here. Let me see what we got. We got this thing. All right, now Shayna, go ahead and start telling us what you think of it.
This has multiple uses, of course, but I use this for its original use, which is drying my socks. I have mildly sweaty feet, so I have like 14 of these, and they're so great. So, pick one up today.
All right, Shayna. Breighton, go ahead.
This is deceptive, the way that it's being shown, and so that's the first confusing part, is it's not just this. This is mounted onto a piece of wood, but this is a machine part from the 19th century for a larger machine that was used in the United States at the time to cure currencies while they were being made, because they were regional currencies at the time. And it's just a part of a larger machine.
Thank you, nerd. Now, Ian, what do you got for us?
Well, my grandfather had one of these, so I'll explain it as he explained it to me one day. Yes, sir, I remember when this was all orange groves. Of course, back then, we didn't call them oranges, we called them Hoover apples, and they tasted like mud on account of the Depression. Every Friday night, we'd have Hoover apple stew. It's made of Hoover apples, of course, and bones. It wasn't very good, and you couldn't really eat it. The only way you could get it down was sheer tyranny of will. And after supper, we'd go and we'd sit in the gutter, filthy dirty as you please, and watch the robber barons drive by in their automobiles. One day, John D. Rockefeller himself hit our friend Franklin Roosevelt. As he lay there mangled in the street, he said, "One day I'm going to be president." Coincidentally, many years later, another man named Franklin Roosevelt became president. Our Franklin Roosevelt was too badly injured, and we had to beat him to death with a shovel. That was healthcare back in those days. Well, anyways, it's a pizza dough flattener, and you just kind of put the dough in here, and you pull it out through here, and you get a nice flat dough for your pizza pie.
Marvelous, marvelous. Thank you very. Oh, thank you, Shayna. Thank you very much, Ian. I appreciate all your hard work. Now, our believers here will put down who they believe is telling the truth, and let's recap what we got over here. Shayna, the sock
Dry thingy.
dry thingy. Breighton over here said something about currency.
Mm-hmm.
Totally fine. Totally fine. Now, Ian over here said...
That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things, but...
Hoover apple.
So Ian here has a pizza dough flattener.
Yeah.
All right. Now, believers, what do you guys think? Go ahead and stick them both up.
It's terrible.
So 20 points for Ian. That's fair.
So Shayna has 20 points. And we have the guy with wig at 20 points as well. So they're both wagering 20 of their 100 points. Guy with the wig, were you telling the truth?
I was not telling the truth.
That means that I...
Might have been telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shayna was telling the truth.
No shit?
There. Shit. That brings Shayna, excuse me, Douglas. I'm so sorry. That brings Douglas up to 120 points, and that brings Chandler over here down to 80 points. And after this break, we will proceed to our second round, which is our absurd word round. We'll see you guys after the break.
Doesn't work.
The points go up in each round. Really?
Optimistic for the contestants.
Odds, Zach. Odds.
We certainly are. I think it's Ian. I think it was Ian who drugged it.
Ian made you do them.
Probably.
Probably. Why? Be nice to the guy. You have no proof. Or just get back out there.
All right. I'll try.
Okay. Don't forget this.
All right. Whoa! What? Hey everybody, welcome back from the break. And we're going into our absurd word round. This is where we introduce a word that lies hidden underneath this fabric. And this word will be unknown to all of you, except for one of our liars here. That word is spelled like that, but I will not reveal how it is pronounced. Let's start with Shayna again. What the heck?
Okay? Oh my goodness. Hadaharia. This is, of course you know, I know Old English, I'm all up on terms, etymology.
That's what. That's what.
Hadaharia is an old Indian term for a woman who has a husband who got a woman on the side. So it's derogatory. It's like, you ain't pleasing your man. That's what it means.
Thank you, Shayna. Breighton, what do you got?
Okay, what's the word again? All right. Hadaharia. Hadaharia is also known as the Californian's disease, NorCal disease. Some people call it. It's the compulsive need to put hella or hell into sentences for lack of a better understanding of adjectives. So they'll just. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the truth. Hadaharia is when you have diarrhea so bad that you start speaking in tongues. That's it. I'm done.
Excellent. Thank you, Breighton. Ian, at the end, what do you got?
It's Hadaharia is the word for the the feeling, the sensation, the phenomenon of like knowing that someone's looking at you, and I know right now because I get it, that someone's looking at you even though you're not looking at them. And some people say it's ESP, and some people say it's just coincidence. And some people say that I'm full of myself and I should just get over it. I'm not that special, but it's a real thing, damn it. God.
I am Iain Graham. All right. Let's show support for Iain tonight, you guys. All right. Now, believers, go ahead and do what you do best. Believe or not. All right, to recap. Now, go ahead, Shayna. What was yours, just in summation?
Lady with a guy with another lady.
Lady with a guy with another lady. Then we got somebody who says hella.
Compulsively.
Compulsively.
That's not really a word about shit. That was a joke.
And then we have somebody who thinks everyone's looking at him.
Well, the feeling.
The satisfaction of somebody watching you at all times. Absolutely. Yeah. Perfect. Wonderful. Now, believers, what do you got? Let's stick them up. We got Iain for 20 points and Breighton for 20 points. Now, if you guys don't remember from our first round, Breighton is the gentleman with the wig. Truth teller, reveal yourself.
I was telling the truth.
Incredible stuff.
Thank you for spelling my name right, too.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's perfect spelling.
That even, actually that would even the score up, but I forgot to mention, I apologize everybody. In this round, our odds go up 2 to 1. Now that means that if you, your score's doubled if you get it right, and if you don't get it right, the score only goes down whatever you wager, whatever you put down on the board. So here we have a guess for Iain, which was not correct. So you only lose 20 points, bringing Douglas down to 100 points. And Chandler over here wagered 20 on Breighton, which is correct. So she is up to 120, taking the lead. This is the most exciting game of Liars Club yet. And let's proceed straight into our third round, which is our Funny Papers round, everybody. In our Funny Papers round, we take a look at the comic book panel, and our liars over here must tell us exactly what we're looking at. In this round, the odds go up 5 to 1. All right, let's take a look at the comic book panel. Here we go. En compte à lines ni. And what is the context that we're looking at here?
Excellent pronunciation. It's so hard to explain because it doesn't really, translate to English. But, did you call the landlord guy? No. Why? There's a gnome infant. And, so how would you deal with that? In the next comic strip, they just kick the shit out of In the next comic strip, they just really beat on these gnomes, and that's how you take care of it. You just, eat them, stomp them, shit all over them if you're Breighton.
Use them as darts?
Use them as darts, whatever you want, and then pretty soon, your problem's gone, but you still have a shitty landlord.
We all know about that, Shayna.
Wah.
Wah, wah. All right, Breighton, what do you think?
I want to say first that I would never shit on a gnome. I just want to get that out in the open. Okay. This is a Far Side style comic from South Africa. So the language is Dutch Afrikaans, it's called. And this character is saying about the gnomes. He's saying they're not hats, they're condoms. And another character says, I know. So yes, he's calling all those little gnomes dickheads. That's right.
Marvelous stuff.
Okay, that's not true. That's not true.
He's got another.
It really is Dutch Afrikaans. Okay, it really is a Far Side style comic. what you need to understand about this culturally is that the word for gnome and the word for grandmother are almost identical in Afrikaans. So the character says, "Who did you call?" And the other one says, "Grandmother." I know, I liked it too when I read it. I thought it was super funny.
Excellent. Thank you, Breighton. Thank you. Ian, please.
Yeah, it's me all the time. So, two guys are throwing a birthday party for their friend who happens to be a gnome named Popo Jens Rockmanson. And they invite all the gnomes that they know, which happens to be a lot. And Popo Jens Rockmanson doesn't want to come to the party because he recently found out that gnomes don't exist. And so they try to convince Popo Jens Rockmanson that he does exist, but in doing so, they actually prove that nothing exists. And it fucks up a lot of people's shit.
What are they saying?
Oh, is he coming? And
Oh, excuse me.
No. The name of the strip is Popo Jens Rockmanson.
Excellent, thank you guys. Believers, please proceed. So, Shayna, is he coming? No. Breighton? They're not condoms? No, they're not hats, they're condoms.
No, my true answer is who did you call?
Excuse me, who did you call Grandma?
Yes.
And then Ian, Popo,
Jens Rockmanson.
I apologize, Ian. I'm sorry, I didn't gather all that hogwash that works quite well. That's perfect, Ian. That's great. So yeah, is he coming? No. Perfect.
What you got?
Well, that's what we got. Let's see what's happening over here. Stick them up. We have Breighton for 30 points, and we have Ian also for 30 points. Now, truth teller, who are you? Unfortunately, bringing you each down to 30 points before our fourth and final round, bringing Chandler down to 90 points, and bringing Douglas down to 50 points. All right, guys. So we're gonna take our second and final break, and we'll be back just after this.
Good job. Don't touch me. Boss, I'm in a dark place. 5 seconds to show, Zach. Well, I gotta go. Yeah, Lions Club. That's pretty good. Alright, gotta go. I love you, Mom. Yeah, I'll hang in there. You called your mom, didn't you? You interrupted.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to our fourth and final round in which our odds go up 10 to 1. And let me amend the score that I gave you before the commercial break last time. Our friend Douglas here is actually only down to 70 points. This round, which we call Film Flam, we will be watching a zany movie, and these guys are going to tell you all about it. Here we go. Let's watch that clip.
side, 3 on the red side. Everyone wins with the Super Dogs. Good boy.
What a race, guys. Explosive stuff on the screen there. So, anyway, let's find out what was going on, huh? Okay, Shayna, go ahead.
Let me tell you. Canadian Lifetime style, super happy family movie. The kid breaks his leg, and then he adopts a dog with a broken leg, and then they start, like, training and becoming stronger. But, like, his mom, who hugged him at the end, and that's his doctor right there. They, you know, fallen in love, and but then he gets his confidence back, and everybody wins, and you know, good values.
It sounds perfect. Thank you. Breighton, what do you know about this picture?
This is my favorite movie. I love this movie. So it's called Robert the Builder, and it is a story about a boy and his dog, but it's not about a dog race. It's actually about a contest for dog park recreational construction. Excuse me, Ian. Excuse me. It's about dog park object construction, and so the reason why the kid's so hyped up while the dogs are running is because his stuff that he built is holding up under the strain of the dogs using it.
Wait for it.
No, that's not true at all. For my second buy, the story is actually called, I was hoping to see that picture. It's called Daniel and the Super Dogs. And it's about a boy whose mother dies, and he decides to supplant his feelings for her with dog competitions. And everybody wins. Except the old lady, but everybody else wins.
Perfect. Thank you, Breighton.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, now those were our liars there. Let's.
Hey.
I didn't see over there.
I got a whopper of a tail.
Oh yeah. You got a hound dog of a tail for us?
A humdinger.
Oh yeah, let's sing it on by us.
Zip daddly.
Oh, fantastic stuff.
Let's
Just talk, Ian.
Well, it's a nice story, but there's a lot more geopolitics involved. The year's 1988. The Cold War is on the verge of going hot. The Soviets and America and her allies have challenged each other on nearly every front, except for nuclear war and circus dogs. The Soviet premier, Nikolai Zakharov, throws down the challenge. NATO's best circus dogs versus Soviet cosmodogs. They do battle in the arena, and it comes out a tie. World peace. It's called American Hot Dogs. We saved the world.
Ian, I'm really sorry. Everything that I said before, you've really come around. Whether that's true or not, that's the sweetest story I've ever heard. All right, let's do a recap while our believers decide what they think. Remember that the odds in this round go up 10-1. Here we have the broken leg, the Dr. Mama Smoochin story that includes dogs. Over here we have a story about super dogs, which you read on the screen. And
they said it too.
And they said it a little bit, yeah. That's cool. That's a story about a kid who is, he's substituting his mom with a dog. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have the greatest story on earth.
American hot dogs.
American hot dogs. What do you guys think? Stick them up.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's increments of 10, but I'm sorry. I like you, Doug, but yeah, you should probably have to take that out and put a 0 somewhere. Yeah. That's right. What ingenuity! Like, anyway, we have 30 on Breighton, 30 on Shayna. Truth teller, reveal yourself.
It was I.
It was Breighton. But you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That means the winner is Chandler over here on my left. 390 points! And Douglas has been brought down to 40 points. He's a loser tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great game here at Jet Studios, brought to you by Creative Differences. Now, thank you for joining us here at the Liars Club. Thank you. Lay 'em up. Come back next time and lie with me because it makes me feel so good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's another episode of the Liars Club. Please join us again next time.
Okay, wait. Again?
Okay.